Hi, welcome to this class. It's going to be a 45-minute class, and the main focus for this class is going to be on warrior poses. So warrior 1, 2, and 3, and with some other standing balances thrown in. So if you know you wobble a little bit when you're in a standing balance, I recommend setting your mat up near a wall or a door frame, something where you can just put one finger against something that's not moving to help you with your standing balance. Enjoy. So we're going to start off today sitting down. So come to as comfortable a seat pose as works for you. And if you want to sit on a block, pop that underneath your hips. Otherwise, just finding your nice, easy, cross-legged seat pose, however that works for you. Bring your right hand into your lap. Place the left hand palm up on top, and just find at that comfortable seat where you're quite upright, shoulders kind of rolling up, back and down, coming as straight as you can, and just close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders, draw the tops of the shoulders down. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can lengthen your neck a little bit. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, can you draw your Uddiyana Bandha up and in, supporting your lower back? And then opening your eyes, start to bring your arms out wide, palms facing down. Reach the arms long, spread the fingers wide. Now turn your arms so the palms are up. Pull the shoulders down. And as your arms start to lift, actively draw your shoulders down. So move slowly, pull the shoulders down, so no hunchy shoulders, hands ending up shoulder width. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, shoulders down, can you straighten your arms a little bit more? And then slowly, slowly start to lower your arms and release them down to the side. Bring hands in front of you and either rolling over your knees or bringing feet out to the side and setting up in your tabletop pose. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And just pause here for a moment. Just let your belly sink down, lift your tailbone a little bit, and then push into hands and knees, chin to chest, arching up to your cat. Release down to your cow and pushing up to your cat. Staying up in your cat, pull belly button up and in, and then slowly release your hips down to your heels. Lower the forearms. Lower your forehead, and like you're rolling a pea along the floor, start to slide forwards. And once your nose is between your thumbs, push into hands. We're up in our cow. Pushing up to cat, release the hips down, lower the forearms, roll that pea along the mat. Pushing into the hands to your cow. Arch to cat, slowly lower. Roll that pea and coming to your cow pose. Pause here in cow pose. We're going to reverse it. So rotate your elbow creases forward. Lower the forearms, lower your forehead between your thumbs. Slide your forehead along the mat till your bottom touches your heels. And then pushing up, ending up in your cat. Really arching your back. Lower the forearms, nose between the thumbs, sliding back, pushing up to your cat. One more time, lower the forearms, slide along the floor, and then pushing into hands and knees to your cat. And staying in cat, just start to sway your hips from one side to the other side. Gently moving here. And then start to rotate your hips over your knees. Circling slowly, going one way. Over the knees. Bringing the hips forwards, out to the side, back. And then change direction, circling over the knees. Not too much pressure on your hands and wrists, so keep the weight over your knees. And then pause. Walk your hands forward to near the top of the mat, tuck your toes, and coming up, our first down dog of the day. And pedal it out, bending one knee and then the other knee, pushing one heel to the mat and then the other. Really stretch out the backs of your legs. And then pause in your down dog. Push your chest closer to your thighs. Give your head a little nod, a little shake. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, coming to a deep fold. Bend the knees a little bit. And then chin tuck to chest as you super slowly, really slowly start to lift. Head comes up, arms out to the side, lifting up, looking up, and hands to heart center. Inhale, hands lift, looking up. Flip the hands and bring your arms to your side. Draw chin to chest, roll down, soft knees. Leading with the forehead, arms just dangling, hands either side of feet. Walk it out. 1, 2, 3, 4 to your plank. Pause here in plank. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra. Push in your hands, tuck toes, and we're back up in downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards your feet, deep fold. Can you get your hands flat while your legs are straight? Tuck chin to chest, slow roll up. One vertebra at a time. Rolling up, arms reaching out, lifting up, looking up, and to heart center. Inhale, hands up, maybe a back bend here. Turn the palms and start to roll down as arms come to your side. Pause here in your deep fold. Can you straighten your legs while your hands are flat? And then lifting the head, walk forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your plank. Pause for a moment. Push your heels away, squeeze the kneecaps. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra. Push to your knees, keep your hands where they are. Sink your hips to your heels, extended child pose, forehead to the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then lifting your gaze, tuck your toes. And we're back in our downward facing dog. Pause here. Soften the knees, walk hands up to the top of the mat, big toes touch, heels apart, folding forwards. On your next inhale, reverse your swan dive, arms reaching out, reaching up, and coming to heart center. And pausing here in Tadasana, in your mountain pose. Pushing down into your feet. So really push down into your feet. Arms are reaching down, neck is long. Squeeze the kneecaps, draw the fronts of the thighs up. Our little pelvic tilt here. And take a deep breath in, arms reaching out, reaching up, looking up. Pull belly button up and in. Reversing, swan dive to your mat, hands either side of the feet. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, lower. Step the right foot back, coming to a lunge. Lift your gaze. Feel a deep stretch down your right hip, groin, front of the thigh perhaps. And then step back with the left foot, taking your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or coming to chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up high. Looking forward, step or move it between your hands and come to your low lunge here. Left hip getting a lovely deep stretch. Then stepping forwards, toes touch, heels apart, deep fold. Inhaling up and hands to heart center. Inhaling wide, maybe a back bend, and then slowly, slowly swan dive, hands either side of feet. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold, step the left foot back, coming to your lunge, pausing here. Now you can stay here. You can bring your hands to your knees if you want to come more upright. You can lift your arms. I'm not going to today, but if you want to lift your arms in a beautiful lunge, really nice, everybody. Breathing here. And then hands either side of the foot, step back, take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Meeting in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, step or move your foot forward, coming to your lunge. Either hands on mat, hands on knees, or arms lifting up. Let's have a look. Nice, everybody. Really, really nice. And then hands either side of the left foot, stepping to your fold, nose towards knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. And exhale, heart center. Arms out and up, take a back bend. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Step, walk, or jump to your plank. Pausing here in plank for a moment. Then knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. We'll meet in our downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, step or move the foot between your hands. Coming up, warrior one. So thinking about your train tracks, just put your feet on. Back foot angled, toes are in, heels further back. Make sure you can get shoulders forwards, hips forwards. So if they're not coming straight forwards, just move your feet a little wider apart. Make sure you've got a nice long stride, and then start to bend and straighten the front knee. Eventually coming down to a nice lunge. Check you can see the big toe on your left foot. And if your hips and shoulders have rotated back, bring them forwards. Inhale, arms out and up, either shoulder width apart or interlace fingers, biceps either side of the ears. Looking up, sinking into a nice deep lunge. Can you straighten your arms a little bit more? Can you pull your shoulders away from the ears? Holding pose, but not your breath. And releasing, hands either side of left foot, step back, take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Meeting in downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high. Looking forward, step or sweep it between your hands. Warrior one on the other side. Hips and shoulders facing forwards. Nice wide stride. Check the back heel is further back than the toes. Bring yourself to face forwards. Bending, straightening. Maybe moving your feet into a deeper stride. And then releasing arms up, shoulder width, or hands meeting. Choose your option. Try and straighten that back leg as much as you can. Keep working on pulling the right hip back, left hip forwards as you come to your beautiful warrior ones. Reaching up. Breathe. And then hands either side of right foot. Stepping back, take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Give the legs a pedal. And then left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, sweep or step it between your hands, setting up warrior two. So this time we're thinking about tightrope. Front foot heel in a straight line back towards your angled back foot. Hips and shoulders facing out. Nice. Arms release. Reach them long, spread the fingers. And then bending and straightening that front knee a couple of times. Adjusting your feet to a wider stride if you need to, so you can come down to your lovely, lovely warrior two. front knee at almost a 90-degree bend. Check you can see the big toe. Gaze is towards the front middle finger. Draw shoulders away from ears. Pull belly button up and in, and straighten that right leg behind you. Breathing here. Then flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Dancing warrior. Looking underneath your arm or maybe down towards your back foot, whatever feels nicer for your neck. Reach that left arm up and over. Try and get your bicep to the ear. Don't straighten the front knee, so keeping it in your beautiful bend. And coming back up, warrior two. Bringing hands behind your shoulders, interlace fingers, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then slowly coming forwards, humble warrior. Left shoulder inside left knee, arms coming up and overhead behind you. Give your head a little nod. Breathing here. Make sure your right leg is straight. Left knee, 90-degree bend. Breathing here. And then release your hands and bring them either side of the left foot. Lift the right heel so you're in a lunge. Right hand on the mat, left arm lifting up to a twist, looking up. Breathing here. Reach the arm up, spread the fingers wide. And then left hand outside left foot, stepping back to your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Meeting in our downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high. Looking forward, sweep or step it forward, setting up. Warrior two on the opposite side. And make sure your feet are nice and wide. You've got long legs. Bringing hips, shoulders over hips. Check your back foot's angled in. Check the front foot toes, knees and toes tracking forwards. Releasing the arms. Bending, straightening. 2 or 3 times, adjusting your feet then, so you can sink down into your beautiful warrior twos. Straighten that left leg, squeeze the kneecap behind you. Gaze towards your front middle finger. Reach arms longer, spread fingers wider. Breathe. Keep your core fired up, turning your palm upwards. Reverse your warrior, don't straighten that right knee. Looking up, can you bring your bicep to your ear? Can you straighten your right arm a little more? Breathing here. And bringing yourself back up, warrior two. Arms behind you, squeeze those shoulder blades together and hinging forwards. Right shoulder inside right knee for your humble warrior. Lift those arms up a bit more, straighten them a bit more. Breathing here. And then release the hands either side of the right foot. Pivot the left foot so heel is lifted. Left arm stays down as right arm lifts to your twist. Breathing here. Push that left heel away from you. Squeeze the left kneecap, active leg. And then hands either side of the right foot. Step back, take your plank. Lower the knees. Flatten the feet, bring the knees wide. And lower yourself down. Take a moment in your child pose. Resting here. Relax the shoulders. And then on your next inhale, spread fingers, tuck toes, and we're up in downward facing dog. We're going to pause here for a moment so you can pedal the knees if that feels good. One knee at a time, pushing the heel flat to the mat. And then pause in your down dog. Look, check your hands are shoulder width. Push into the hands, chest towards thighs. Breathing here. Weight stays on the left foot, right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, heel towards your hip. Rotate the right hip open, right knee lifting to the ceiling. Staying here or flipping over, taking your wild thing. Lift the hips. Breathing here, get those hips higher. Open your chest. And on your next inhale, right hand to the mat, flipping back up. Three-legged dog. Looking forward, step or move the right foot between your hands and coming up to your warrior one. Hips and shoulders facing towards that right foot. Beautiful. Bending the knee, lifting the arms and looking up, sinking down. Adjust your stride so you can come deeper into it if that feels good. Pausing here. And then release your hands to your hips. Step the back foot in just a little bit, getting ready for our warrior three. You can keep hands on hips. You can bring hands to heart center. You can extend them long. Your choice. Shifting forward weight over the right foot, hinging from the hips, left leg lifting up high to your warrior three, finding your balance, which I'm not finding today. I'm going to use the wall in front of me. And then lift the leg coming up to a warrior three. It really helps to get into that beautiful capital T shape. So pull the right hip back, left hip forwards, working on straightening that leg. Breathing here. And then micro bend the knee. Bring hands down towards the right foot on the floor. Draw nose to knee and lift that left leg up behind you, standing splits. Breathing here. Micro bend the knee, step the left foot back, right foot back, take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Meeting in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high behind you. Looking forward, step or move the hand between the feet. Lower the right heel, coming up, warrior one. Left foot forwards. Looking up, reaching up. Try and bring the right hip forwards, pull the left hip back. Straighten that back leg. And then releasing hands to hips or heart center. Stepping the right foot in, shifting weight to the left foot and coming forwards, warrior three, either using furniture or the wall or finding your balance. Whichever option you're taking, get that left standing leg straight. Lift the right leg up behind you. Draw right hip down, left hip back, and breathe. Then micro bend the knee, bring hands either side of the left foot, straighten left leg as you draw nose to knee, lift that right leg up behind you, and breathe. And then bring the right foot next to the left, chin tucked to chest, super slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. Arms reach out, arms reaching up, hands to heart center. Ground your feet down. We're coming to a couple of standing balances. So we're going to start off with coconut tree, but we'll start off with a slightly modified version because I think it was quite tricky yesterday. So we're going to start off hands on hips. Let's get ourselves set up. And then I want you to just bend one foot and come to the toes. So your knees bend, toes are on the floor. And then release the heels. Other leg bends, lifting up. And then you're just going to move from one side to the other, stepping through, transferring the weight, but you're not kind of wobbling from one side to the other. Your shoulders and head are going up, but there's no sideways movement. Focus on keeping shoulders over hips. Nice. Coming up as high as you can and releasing the opposite heel. So it's that movement that's going to serve you well when we come to our coconut tree. So just pause with one heel lifted for a moment and then see if you can come really high. So it's literally just your toes and the very ball of your foot, like you're wearing 20 centimeter stilettos or something on that foot. So the foot's really bent. And then release. Other foot up, really up as high as you can. And then release. Now bring your hands to the side.
reaching out, reaching up. Interlace fingers, push the palms away. So sometimes when we do this pose, we're kind of like arms are a little bit bent. So the goal is to push the palms up, clamp your biceps to your ears, and get the hands up as high as they'll go, but then pull the shoulders down. Draw Uddiyana Bandha up and in, and lift one heel. And then the same motion as before, moving from one foot to the other. Maybe pausing for a second as you're lifted, or maybe not. See how that feels. Some days are easier than others. And then pause with just one heel lifted. Now, if you know that yesterday you found this quite challenging and you were wobbling, you can have one finger on the wall or on a door or something. Otherwise, pushing up, start to lift your heels and come about halfway up. So you're just fully on the ball of the feet. Push the arms up, biceps by the ears, and then lower your heels. Inhale up onto the ball of the feet again, maybe coming a bit higher. Push the palms away, lower the heels. Inhale, pushing up. And if you have to step forward like I just did, that's fine. You're looking to find your balance, coming up as high as you can. So heels are really lifted. Palms are pushing away, biceps by your ears. And then lower the heels. One more time. Inhale up. I know it's quite a tough one. Coming up as high as you can, straighten the arms, push the palms away. Look at something in front of you that's not moving. And then lower your heels, lower the arms, and give hands and shoulders a bit of a shake. It seems so weird to me that that pose can be so difficult when as kids we're always going around on tiptoes. But hey. And then we're going to come to a tree pose to mix it up a tiny little bit. So starting off standing on the right foot. Choose your option. Big toe on the floor, heel to ankle, or foot to the inner calf, or drawing the foot all the way up. I find when it's cold, my feet slip more on my clothes. It's a bit weird. Push the foot against the thigh, thigh against the foot, and bring hands to heart center. Again, look at something in front of you that's not moving. Find your balance, and then lifting your arms. Thumb and index fingers joined. Oops, a daisy. If you find yourself wobbling, come back into it. Move down a level. Reach those arms up, straighten the arms, shoulders down and away from ears. Breathing here, straightening the standing leg, belly button pulling up and in. Breathe, close one eye. Keeping your balance and open. Close the other eye. And open. And now maybe closing both eyes. Even if it's just for a couple of seconds. Just keep working on closing them and opening, closing and opening, finding that beautiful balance. And then release hands to heart center. Bring the knee forward, lift the knee to hip height. Extend the leg long, point the toe. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, exhale. Bring the knee back up and release. Giving everything a nice shake. Getting ready for the other side. Ground the left foot. And here, heel to ankle, foot to the inner calf or the inner thigh. Choose where you're going to go. Hands come to heart center. Straighten the standing leg. Finding your balance. Gaze at something that's not moving. And then bringing the arms up, but shoulders stay down. Find your sweet spot. And then maybe closing one eye. And opening. Other eye. And opening. And maybe closing both eyes. Finding your balance. And then hands come to heart center, knee to hip height, point and bend. Inhale, release. Inhale, release. And coming down, giving everything a nice shake. Coming back to the other side, dancer's pose. So you can use your strap to hook your foot up if that's more comfortable, or simply take your foot into your hand, bringing the knees together. Right arm lifts, thumb and index finger joined. Straighten the standing leg. If you're wobbling like me, just have one finger on the wall. Help yourself here. And then slowly, slowly hinging forwards. Reach the arm long, lift that knee up behind you. Trying to bring it even higher, maybe hinging forwards even a little bit more. Balancing here, breathing here. And then slowly release. Release the foot, giving everything a shake. Coming to the other side, round the standing leg. Take hold of the top of the foot. Bring the knees back together. She says, you can tell I haven't done yoga very much lately. Inhale, left arm lifting up, thumb and index finger joined. And slowly hinge forwards. Reach the arm forwards, lift that right leg behind you. Keep pushing the foot against the hand. Keep lifting the foot with the hand. Breathing here. And slowly release, giving everything a good old shake. And then bring yourself to standing feet mat width. Toes are turned out, heels are in. Hands to heart center. First of all, start to lift the arms, looking up, maybe a little back bend. And then as you exhale, elbows come wide, knees tracking out over the feet as you bring yourself down to your squat pose. Bring your elbows inside the knees, bringing knees nice and wide and hands to heart center. Fantastic. Close your eyes here for a moment. See if you can sink your heels a little, hips a little deeper. Draw shoulders away from ears. Just breathing in. And then bring your right fingertips to the mat. Left hand reaching up, looking up. And back to heart center. Left fingertips to the mat. Right fingers reaching up. And release to heart center. Bring your hands behind you and slowly lower your bottom to the mat. We're going to come up into shoulder stand. So you can use furniture that's around you maybe to push yourself up or use momentum. And remember, don't turn your head to the side. In shoulder stand, tuck chin to chest in that really attractive double chin thing that we all do. So coming up, bringing yourself up. Draw your knees down to your forehead and walk your hips up higher, fingertips pointing up either side of spine, elbows coming in a little closer towards each other, and then lift the legs. And breathe. So chin tucked to chest, hips being pushed up by your hands, point your toes, flex your feet, point and flex, and then start to bring your legs wide to a straddle. Just pause here in your straddle. Breathe here. And then slowly bring the legs back up together. Start to lower one leg behind you, flex the foot, maybe tapping the floor, and bring it back up. Other leg dropping down behind you, toe taps the floor, coming back up. And you can stay with this, moving from one side to the other. Or if you know you can take full plow pose, bring both legs behind you, toes to the floor. If your toes are touching the floor, you can release your hands flat to the mat. Otherwise, staying one leg at a time coming down, or just staying in your shoulder stand. I'm going to stay here for another few breaths. So choose the option that's going to feel nicest for your back. And if you are in plow pose, slowly bring your legs back up so you're in shoulder stand again. Bring your legs a little bit wider
And then start to bring the knees down towards you. Bring the knees either side of your head if you can. And then maybe you can start to bring your feet over behind you, but it's more important to get your knees outside either side of your ears. It's a little bit of a squashy pose, this, particularly if you've got boobs and a belly like me. But just bear with me for a moment. And then bring your hands to the floor, using them as brakes, and slowly, slowly roll yourself out of your shoulder stand. Hug the knees to the chest, squeeze them in, and take a little rock from side to side. If you've not practiced shoulder stand for a while, it is quite a tough one, but we'll all soon get back into the swing of things. And then pausing here. Release your feet and bring them to the floor. If you've got yoga bricks nearby, have one close by because you might want to use it. We're coming into whichever form of bridge feels nice for you. So make sure your fingers can touch your heels. So either walk your feet in or kind of wriggle down, caterpillar wriggle, so you can comfortably touch your heels, arms by your side. Draw belly button up and in, push lower back into the mat, and start to peel off the floor. Now, if you want to, you can grab your yoga brick on a middle setting, pop it underneath your sacrum, and come to a supported bridge. This actually feels really good. So if you're feeling a bit tired, or you're cold, or just a bit uncomfortable, this is a great variation to take. Chin to chest, and you relax down on the brick. If you want to take it a bit deeper, remove the brick, bring your arms underneath you, interlace fingers, roll onto the outer edges of your arms, and then start pushing your hips up higher. Really squeeze the butt cheeks, get the hips up as high as they will go. Whichever option feels nicest for you, we're going to stay here for a few more breaths. So if you have got your arms underneath you, push them into the mat, lift the hips up higher, and breathe. And then slowly release the hands, remove the brick if it's underneath you, roll your back down one vertebra at a time. And once your bottom hits the mat, T-shape your arms and drop both knees to one side, turn head in opposite direction. Inhale, knees up to center, and then lower them the other way. Just a few times, moving slowly with control. Just turning your knees from side to side, head turning in the opposite direction. And next time your knees are up at center, start to lift the feet, bringing your legs to a 90-degree bend. Beautiful. Bring the knees together, the feet together, and slowly with control, start to lower both legs to the right. Keep the knees and the feet stacked as they come all the way down. Turn your head, make sure both shoulders are pressing into the mat. And close your eyes here. Relax, enjoy the twist. If you want to take it further, right hand can come on top of left thigh to deepen the twist, or grab the big toe, extend the left leg straight, and take your full supine twist. Relax your shoulders on every exhale. Relax your hips. Focus on breath. Deep breaths in and slow exhale. Releasing the big toe, bring the feet back together, bring the legs back up to center, and slowly with control, lower them to the left. Both shoulders are on the mat, knees are stacked, feet are stacked. Left hand can come on top of the left thigh or take hold of the big toe, taking your full twist. Relax those shoulders. Focus on the breath.
Releasing the big toe, bringing the knees back up to center. Bring your hands in between your legs. Take hold from the inner edges of your feet. Happy baby, knees to armpits. And just gently rocking from one side to the other, massaging your back. And coming back to center. Hug the knees into the chest one more time. Squeeze your thighs and your knees tightly down to your belly and your chest. A little gentle rock from side to side. And release, setting up for your Shavasana. So choices: knees together, feet mat width. Soles of the feet together, knees dropping down, or legs extended for full Shavasana. Whichever option you're taking, arms are by your sides, palms facing upwards. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Relax the shoulders. Deep inhale. Exhale. Release the legs. Inhale. And exhale. Relax everything. Focusing on your breath. Even length, equal length breath. You can count in your head. Relax those shoulders, whatever you do. And if you've taken Supta Baddha Konasana like me, and your hips are feeling a little bit gwitchy, just bring the legs out, coming to your full Shavasana. And breathe. And then keeping your eyes closed, just gently turn your head one way. Bring chin to the shoulder. Inhale back up. Exhale, chin to the other shoulder. Coming back up. I want you to do this another couple of times. Each side. Just gently rolling your head one way and the other way. And then coming back up to center. Straighten your legs, slide your feet and knees together. Inhale, hands up and overhead behind you. And take a full body stretch. Reach the arms long, push the toes away. Stretch the left side a little bit more, the right side a little bit more. And then slowly bring one knee into the chest, the other knee joining it. Hug them in tightly. Roll to one side. Pause for a moment. And thank yourself for getting on the mat. It's always an effort in winter. And then slowly using your hands, pushing yourselves up to your comfortable cross-legged seat. Left hand in your lap, right hand on the top of it, palm facing up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Relax the shoulders down. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. On your next inhale, lifting the hands to heart center, to the third eye, and folding forwards. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.